We're back, sort of. Let me just read something out to you that came through on my phone. September, 15th of September. More than 150 NHS trusts in England have seen a rise in COVID patients in hospitals since Freedom Day, as the government reportedly weigh up a fresh lockdown. Analysis by the Mirror reveal that since July 19th, when coronavirus restrictions were lifted, 154 trusts recorded an increase in the number of beds taken by people with the virus. Hospitals in Birmingham, Liverpool, Manchester, Nottingham, London and Leicester are among those to have seen the sharpest rises. Whitehall chiefs are said to be getting alarmed about a rising tide of hospitalisations, with a fire-break lockdown next month said to be under consideration. That'll be October this year, 2021. With half-term to be extended for school children. This is possibilities they're looking at. On the day social distancing rules were scrapped, there were 3,813 people in hospital in England, a figure which had risen to 6,375 by 8 AM yesterday, a 67% increase. Why am I going on about this? Because, if you watch the videos, my Jill and I's Mallorca trip, and you've wondered why I've been so quiet lately, it's because we both came back with COVID-19. And then hence I've not been about lately, hence I'm on a cup of tea this morning. Let me just tell you a quick story. So we've gone the whole year, 2 years without any COVID. We're wearing a mask, doing exactly what the government asked. We wanted to go on holiday. Mallorca was on the amber list. We decided to go to Mallorca. Followed all the rules. Paid £48 each to Dante Labs. Dante Labs, if you're listening, if you're watching this, I'll put a hashtag there, Dante Labs. D-A-N-T-E Labs. UK company. You were, I'm not sure if you are now, you were listed as one of the 300 odd companies in the government. If you go on the government website in the UK, they've got a list of companies you can get the PCR test from. They're meant to be ones that the government recommend, but you can be taken off the lists. Dante Labs, we paid £48 for what they call a PCR. I think it's a 2-day test. So basically, you have that sitting on your desk before you leave your home. Travel to the airport, masks on, etc. On the plane, masks on and off, because obviously you can't have a mask on while you're eating and drinking. Jet to holidays, land at Palma Nova, have a great holiday. We paid £30 each for a test, a lateral flow test out there. Again, a little bit farcical, because you have that, to avoid queues you book it up, but to avoid queues at these little clinics that are set up everywhere, you book it in within 72 hours. Jill and I booked our test 72 hours before we flew home, literally 72 hours before we flew home. So literally we had a clean test 3 days before we got on the plane, which really means nothing. 3 days before you got jumping on the plane to come home. I mean, you could catch COVID the next day. In Mallorca at the moment, they're wearing masks left, right and centre. You're eating outside, you're wearing masks into the restaurant, masks out of the restaurant, obviously not while you're eating. But it dawned on me the other day, because Jill and I arrived home last week, both felt fine. I think within a day Jill felt a bit under the weather, so we was going to go out for a drink with some friends, and she couldn't, so I went out on my own with some friends, and I felt fine. And I told them that Jill's a bit under the weather, a bit of a cold. We both did lateral flow tests when we arrived home, not due to the government, just because we wanted to cover our own backsides and our family and friends. It's not fair for family and friends to spread any viruses around, obviously. So we did a lateral flow test. I did a lateral flow test for 1 hour. I did a lateral flow test the next day, because you can get them free from the government now, which that's quite a good service. They were clear. Meanwhile, I've been out and about. I've been to work for a couple of days. Dante Labs, what happened is, when you arrived home on the Friday, we did a test, and we put it, I think it was Sunday, we put it in the postbox Sunday. I think there's a guarantee that you have to get a result within 24 hours or 48 hours. We got a text, I think it was Monday, Jill got a text that her result had been received in a lab. An hour later, we got a text saying that my result had been received in Dante Labs lab. So you think, fine, on the case. I think it's 2, excuse me, my breakfast. Dry toast. 2 or 3 days later, I'm at work and Jill gets a text at 5 in the morning saying that her result's positive. By that time, I've done a couple of days' work. No result back from my test. And the PCR, the lateral flow tests that we did were clear. It's all a bit of a cock-up, actually, all a bit of a mess. The government have got this completely wrong. So you're watching, Boris, I don't know what you're playing at. Long story short, I did a lateral flow test at work. That came up positive. Went home, been off since for a week. That was last week. So it's Sunday today. The test was in the post box last Sunday. Dante Labs, I still have not got my PCR result from you. Since then, Jill's had COVID all week, COVID-19. She's been tested positive officially by you guys. I've not had a PCR test at all yet. I've ordered another one from the government, but I'm at the back end of COVID-19 now. So the one that I've got from the government sitting on indoors, I think I'm just going to leave sitting there and do it when I sort of feel a bit better, when it's clear, and send that off. But so basically, Dante Labs, I want my money back. It's just so you know, I find it laughable. I've been sitting at home all week just watching bloody TV, box sets after box sets after box sets, and I find it laughable what the government are doing. I just can't get my head around it. Half term's coming up. They're lowering the travel restrictions. No one in the UK wears masks. And I think we are heading for another lockdown. It's dawned on me now, and maybe naive, I didn't realise, but it's dawned on me now that all the government are doing is, with these lockdowns, is stopping the NHS and the hospitals becoming overwhelmed and too full, which they did last year. So basically, I've sort of come to the conclusion that every single person will get COVID-19. Same as flu. If you've not had COVID-19, you will get it. Take my advice. I don't understand these anti-vaxxers. Take my advice, take Jill's advice. Get a vaccination. During this course of this week, Jill and I have been quite ill. Jill's been a little bit iller than me. She had quite a bad cough. She said a couple of days, I think her COVID-19 is a little bit more advanced. So she's like, I'm almost 2 days behind her now. She feels a bit better today, more so than me. I feel better, but I think she's almost clear now. She's done a lateral flow last night and it came back negative. I think I'm 2 or 3 days behind her. Jill was coughing in the week and she said it's the most pain she's ever felt in her life. She felt like it was going through all her aches and all her limbs to the tips of her fingers to her heart. She felt like she was having a heart attack. Jill's on different medication from me. We're both the same age, but we might be different fitnesses and that. It depends on your health. And I've never smoked, so I've got a bit of a tickly cough. I've not had, touch wood so far, COVID-19 has not caused me to have a massive cough. I'm just coughing every now and again. I thought I'd pop on here to say hello to my subscribers. I know some people like to listen to me talk rubbish. I've not done a live for ages. I was gagging to do a live the other week and I couldn't go on live and do a live and a little drink with the lads and the lads and lasses that follow this channel because I just felt too ill, too weak. It's literally like flu. I can't tell what COVID's like without the jabs. All I can do now is tell you what COVID's like with the jabs. I've had 2 double vaccinations. Jill's had 2 vaccinations. It just felt like a really bad form of flu. Sneezing, runny nose, not that bad, but it's just the aches. You'll be aching from head to toe, limb to limb. You struggle to get in and out of your chairs. But we got up every morning. We wasn't bedridden. We got up every morning, watched TV, had a bit of breakfast. We both commented the other day, fun enough, you do not lose your appetite at all. We've both been eating fine because we're not cooking too much. We've been sort of getting takeaways every couple of nights, so we've just been going like that. It's just clearing the plates. In actual fact, it's eating more than you normally do, which is strange. I don't know if that's a medical thing. I don't know. Maybe it was just us being fat pigs, but you know what? I feel a bit better today. I actually feel a bit better coming down the bar and having a chat with you people. I've cleared some cobwebs out down there. I might even cut the grass later today, have a shower. Today's a big day. I'm going to have a shower. I'm going to have a shave. What COVID-19 has done to me as well, it's made my beard go grey. Because that's not old age, that's just COVID's caused that. So I'm going to have a shower, big day. I'm going to have a shower, freshen up and shave and get myself back into some sort of fitness. And I feel a bit better today, so I just want to pop on and tell everyone what's been happening with the channel. So I have missed doing the lives, and I miss doing these little chit chats. To be quite honest with you, you don't realise until you sort of. I'm gutted. I've got a bit of time off work, unpaid, alas, which is a pain in the backside. We'll talk about that later. Oh, well, I'll talk about it with management later, but I'm gutted that I'm sitting in the house looking at. I'm a boy now about me decorating. I've still got my architrave, me skirting to do. I've still got some finishing touches on the doors to do and doorstop to paint in, decorating indoors. I'm looking, I've got time to do it, but I'm not physically fit to do it. The grass, I might be able to cut the grass today. Just getting this gear, the laptop down here and my camera down here with a tripod today, you do get out of breath. Up and down the stairs, you just physically get, not massively out of breath, but you sort of go, oh, you have to have a little bit of a sit down. You're like, oh, you go out to the kitchen, make a cup of tea, you go, oh, you sit in your chair like, oh. That's probably a little bit lethargic as well because you haven't been out and about, you know. If I'm looking like crap at the moment, again, it's because I've had COVID and I've had a proper wash for a couple of days, I must admit. I shouldn't be telling you that, really. Luckily, Jill's lost her smell at the moment, so that's all right. I've got away with that. But I'm going to have a little shave today in the shower and freshen up. Make myself feel a bit better, I think, hopefully. I wanted to pop on, just say thank you to subscribers that on the Facebook page that instead of being negative and saying it's your own fault, you shouldn't have gone on holiday, they've been positive. Get well soon, get well soon, get well soon. I'm telling you that something for nothing. Every single person is going to get this. It worries me a little bit. I was quite ill this week, so was Jill. It was like flu. So the double vaccinations, I think, have eased it off and made it less worse. But did they stop it happening? No. When you actually go on your phone and look at the news, it doesn't stop COVID. My mum the other day, I phoned her up and told her that I've got COVID when I was coming home from work. Actually, oh, Mum, I've got COVID now. I won't be able to see you for a week or so. Oh, it's okay. Well, I've still been going in the shops without my mask. I think you shouldn't really. The problem is what we're all doing what the government are telling us to do or suggesting us to do. When the government say you do not have to wear your mask in shops, they're not saying don't wear a mask in shops. What they're saying is it's not a requirement. So it's down to the individual. Use your brains. You know, I've sort of learned that myself now. A couple of little moans I'm going to have. Dante Labs, I want my money back. Jet2, if you watch this, send me a video or a link. Let me see how well you clean your planes. I know the government are trying to get hospitality back on their feet, and they're it's a no-win situation for the government. They're doomed if they do, doomed if they don't. We've got to keep the economy going, I understand that, but how can a plane land at Palma Nova Airport to pick us up? It lands, takes the baggage off, the passengers are off, the UK passengers storming through the airport. Meanwhile, we're back on the plane, it's refueled. I mean, do you shoot down the plane and spray it with some disinfectant? I don't know. Where we sat on the plane, Jill and I, she noticed there's some litter on the floor. So it hadn't been hoovered properly. COVID's everywhere. You could have picked it up anywhere. On the plane, the air conditioning, but she wore masks more than me. I'm sort of flippant. Jill's really quite strict with the masks. When you're picking up the magazines and the books, have they been replaced? Have they been wiped clean? I don't think so. There's 5 books in every seat on the plane. Were they picked up and wiped clean? Don't know. You tell me. And I said to Jill, when are you flying out? We had a few spare seats because obviously the flights aren't full. There's a few gangs of lads, gangs of girls and couples going on holiday. There's a crowd, I'm not blaming these girls by the way, there's a crowd of there's a Hindu crowd, so some girls getting married, the parents are there, the mum's there, all the mates are there. Just one of those girls might have a mild cough, or mild cold, or temperature. No one tests you leaving Stansted to get on the plane and says, your temperature's high, you can't fly. There's a poem there. I might write a little poem, a COVID poem. Your temperature's high, you can't fly. Anyway, so no one's so one of those girls, that's just as an example, one of those girls could have a high temperature. She could have COVID. She could be carrying COVID. She might not be showing the full symptoms. It might not be affecting her. She doesn't want to lose her holiday and let her mate down. She doesn't want to lose her money. She doesn't want to let her mate down and get married. Let's just suppose. She's on the plane. It's going through the aircon. She's touching the booklet. She's touching the handles. We're getting off the plane. They do let you off 2 by 2 now, as opposed to the old days when you piled off. So that's one good thing to come out of COVID. There are a few good things to come out of this COVID. They should, you know, when in the old days you got off the plane, everyone just piles and grabs their bags and pushes and shoves, and you stand there like idiots. They let you off row by row now, which is a much better system. But you're still touching onto the seats, aren't you? This COVID's unavoidable. I was sitting watching TV the other day. I'm worried for next year. People are saying to me, I'm going to go away next year, but it's not going to change. I can't see it changing. The fact the government are giving out boosters proves that the jabs that we've had, which was only, I don't know, what was it, 6 months ago I had mine? Was it June, I think? So the fact they're giving out boosters already proves the stats they're getting in are showing that people with double jabs are still getting COVID and are still being ill. I think it's the hospitalisation. I've said that. It's a long word for me to say, isn't it, this time of the morning? I think it's down to the hospitalisation. I think they're trying to avoid that, which is a good thing. Am I going to lecture anti-vaxxers while I'm here on my pedestal? Yeah. What you need to do is take your jabs, get your vaccinations that they're offering you, because without the vaccination, you could end up in hospital, right? I think without the vaccination, Jill and I, especially Jill, we could have ended up in hospital. That's a bed for someone with bloody cancer. That's a bed for some young child that's dying. That's a bed for someone that's just had a heart attack. Have the jabs. I don't understand it. Why would you not have a vaccination that's going to help prevent COVID-19? I can't say hand on heart that the vaccination worked for Jill and I. We were both ill with flu-like symptoms. Bit chesty. Jill was a little bit out of breath, which is a lot better today. Without the vaccinations, were we going to end up in hospital? I mean, at one point I was worried about Jill when she was getting a bit chesty and couldn't breathe properly. I thought, oh God, it's sort of thing of nightmares. You sort of see it on TV only. It's not till it's in your own home. It's frightening. So I will be the first in the queue. If they text me today and say, John, get your bum round here now for a boost, I'm straight round there. Don't worry about that. If I've given this to anyone at work, I apologise. If Jill's given it to anyone in the family, she apologises. But there's nothing you can do. We're all going to get it in the end. I'm pleased in a way we've got it out of the way. It's come at a bit of an inconvenient time, come back from holidays, money-wise. But I think, so I've read, the immune system's built up a bit better now. So hopefully we've had to do 2 vaccinations. The immune system's built up. I think we've got to have a booster at a later date now because of this, but... Right, on to the government. Are the government doing the right or wrong thing? The lateral flow in Mallorca we had coming home was 72 hours before we came home. Is it worth doing? I'm not really sure. It would have just caused a bloody inconvenience. If we'd been tested positive out there, we would have been stuck in some hotel paying £1,000 on a credit card. I don't think that's going to solve anything. I don't know, really. The PCR test at the moment, as I said, if you go on the government website, the government's got a list of, I think it's over 315 companies that are doing the PCR tests. They're not up to scratch. Not all of them, but I've read reports that they're just not performing. If you don't get your result back within the first day or so, what's the bloody point? It's sort of like an honesty type thing. I've had COVID all week. I could go down a pub today and have a pint and sit in the corner, you know. Give me Yorker their due. They're pretty hot with the masks and sanitising, etc. But as I said to Jill the other day, we sit outside by the pool having a beer. You hand your glass back to the girl. She's got a mask, and we've all got masks. I'm handing a glass back. She's handing me another beer. As she just took a glass off the table that's got COVID, the virus on the top of the edge of the glass with someone, you don't know, do you? And then she's passing the beer back to you. Is it transferring like that? Is it transferring via mat? Is it transferring via masks? Does the mask make a lot of difference? If you're not confident in each other's faces, I don't really see the point. One thing Jill did note, there's a few people actually at the airport that didn't have the proper medical masks. They had these silly little cloth masks. Well, they're no good. If you're not going to wash them, because these particular ones Jill said were filthy, if you're not going to bother washing them, don't bother wearing them. Wasting your time. If you're going to get one of these cloth masks with, I know, your football team written across the front, if you're not going to wash it on a regular basis, or buy more than one, I think people buy one mask and they wear it for months, and they're filthy. That's no point at all. They're not doing the job, are they? Getting back to the government, what can they do? Don't know. As I say, they're doomed if they do, doomed if they don't. I think, personally, if I go abroad again, I'll do... It won't prevent COVID, but what I'll do a lateral flow Not just when the government say, I'll probably do a lateral flow when I get home, but I'll do one every couple of days, let's say 4 days. So you arrive home, do one, day 2, day 3, day 4. We found that the COVID sort of came out a couple of days later on. You still need to keep an eye on your temperature. But the government are not telling us to do these lateral tests every day, are they? I'm assuming there's more to it than that. I'm assuming they're not going to just let you arrive from abroad to home, to the UK, and do a lateral flow. I'm assuming if it's positive, again, that's down to you to report it as positive. Will you report it as positive? Or will you take a picture of your mates? I don't know, you know what I mean? The only thing is, at the moment with a PCR, with Jill's PCR came back late. I've not even received mine yet, as I said, but Jill's PCR test came back late, sent off to a proper lab. Now, when it's sent off to a proper lab, they analyse it and they know what variant of COVID it is. And then they can inform the various government bodies, so they know what sort of variant of COVID is coming from what airport. And, you know, has Essex got this variant of COVID at the moment? Is that, if they're just doing lateral flow tests, I don't see how they are tracking. I don't see how they're tracking what variant of COVID it is and how they're going to fight against it. I don't know. You assume the government know best, but I can't eat this toast. It's gone dry as you like. My throat's all dry. Nice cup of tea. I should be sitting. It's quite nice to come down and sit and have a chat. I must admit, get out of the house. I've missed doing my lives. I miss these little chats. Well, I'm chatting to myself. What else was I going to have a little moan about? Let the government get on with it. I don't think they're doing the right thing. I think there's going to be another lockdown. Half term's coming up and they're reducing travel restrictions. But what are they meant to do? They meant to block all the airports and just... I don't know. Like I said, people said to me, I'm not going to go abroad. I'm not going to go abroad. I'm going to go next year. It will make no difference at all. Go next year, go the year after. I'm a little bit annoyed. COVID's like leper. You're like a leper when you've got COVID. So you can go down your pub with flu and your mates can get flu, that's fine. If you go down the pub with COVID and they get COVID, you're scum. No one deliberately goes out to infect people. If you start sneezing and coughing and you've got flu, you stay indoors. You've got a high temperature or you're cold or you've got a cough, as the government is saying, that's what they should be telling people, stay indoors. But the problem is there are certain companies that don't pay your wages. They're not helping, are they? If someone's got bills to pay and they've got a bit of a temperature, what are they going to do? Just sit home and phone in sick for a week? Management, hello, I'm not coming in this week. I don't feel well, got high temperature. They're not going to pay you. They're going to moan about you behind your back. They won't believe you. They think you're blagging it, milking it. I'm gutted this week. I've got so much stuff to do. I've got my decorating to do. I've got the grass cut out there. There's cobwebs bloody everywhere. Garden's been over in bloody spiders. And I've got my CNC machine to build here. And this has come to a halt as well because the guy, I've got my cable came through just before I went away on holiday. If you're interested in my CNC. I've got a cable that came through. I've got the spindle ready. I've got everything ready to do it. I can't go and see the guy. I can't go round to his house. I can't invite him around here to do it. So that's on the back burner at the moment. But I don't feel fit and well enough to start building this shit, which is a shame because I've had the whole week to do nothing really. I watched Stephen, which was about Stephen Lawrence, who got murdered years ago. The black guy got murdered, which was quite sad, but that was a good programme. I watched The North Water, back to back the other day. 2 days, I watched that in 2 days, that's quite good. Any more box sets you recommend, let me know. Pretty boring, really. The sun's shining, it's Sunday, I'll probably have another couple of days off. I'll do a test. Look, cobwebs there, there's cobwebs everywhere. Yeah, so I thought I'd have a little moan about Dante Lads. I wanted to speak about Jet 2. One other thing I wanted to mention. I think Jill got some things come up on the phone. Everyone moaned about Mallorca. Nothing wrong with Mallorca. Stansted Airport. We came off the plane in the UK, all masked up. Go and get your baggage, and you got the shuttle train that comes along. Double door, double door, double door, double door. Waiting to get on this shuttle bus to take us to the baggage reclaim. The end doors there, you're trying to split up, so we'll split up. End door there, big LCD set noise. Big sign comes up. Do not use these doors, do not use these doors. It's a small carriage. 2 carriages turn up. So instead of train being this long, the train is this long. 2 carriages turned up. 2 doors opened. This is at Stansted Airport. If you're watching this, Boris, make note. 2 little trains turned up, right? 2 doors opened. They opened up and it was shock. Jill shouts out, actually, well, you call this bloody Social distancing. You're having a laugh, aren't you? I wish I took a picture. I didn't have my phone out read quick enough, or video. I would have put it up for you. There's more people packed into this little train to go and get their baggage reclaim area than there was on London Underground. I kid you not, it was packed. You know, when you go to London, if you're in the UK, ever been on London Underground, in the old days, when you was commuting, you're pushing on and off. It was packed. And Stansted Airport, you should be ashamed of yourselves. Absolutely ashamed of yourselves. It's disgusting. Shouldn't be running a train like that. In actual fact, it's full up like that. Just go straight through. Don't bother with it. It's unbelievable. Admittedly, most had masks on, but that's not good enough. Everyone's touching the handrails now. I didn't see anyone wipe anything down. I didn't see anyone on the train cleaning the trains and that. It's rubbish. Absolute rubbish. I actually do believe now I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I'm not anti-government, but I think it's like a herd immunity type thing. They want us to get COVID. I've had it now. Jill's had it. Other family members will end up getting it, and it will slowly creep around. You'll have a week off. Hopefully, you've been double jabbed. You feel ill for a week. You get fitter. You get better. You get back to work. Hopefully, you're immune for ill. I don't think the government really quite know what they're doing at the moment. I honestly don't. As I say, in October, I think in the UK it's half term. Everyone's gagging to go abroad. They've lowered the restriction that go abroad, so it costs you less. You don't have to have the PCR test, I do believe. So it'll be cheap, which is a good thing. It's good for the airlines. It's good for the staff and all that. But just be warned. So you can have one or two families, crowds of families go abroad, come back. One or two families get COVID. The kids go back to school. That's it. A lockdown is coming. What else was I going to moan about? I wasn't. Thank you to all those that have said on the Facebook page, get well soon, get well soon, get well soon, to Jill and I. It's actually appreciated. We did feel a bit, you know what? And also, someone at Christmas phoned me up and said they felt a bit depressed. You do. It's the unknown. You do feel a bit, unlike flu. With flu, you sort of get a bit of a cold and a cough and the shakes, and you're in bed for cold, and you come out of it. With COVID, it's sort of every single day is the same. I was saying to Jill, it's like a level. Ache. So if you want to know the symptoms, if you do get COVID, don't be worried about it, because I've had it. Well, I feel a bit better today. I must be, because I'm talking like rambling on about a lot of old shit. So I must be getting better. But don't be afraid of it. Someone said, God bless her, one of my Canadian subscribers, Jasmine, from Canada, I think she's a nurse or something. Well, she said, just keep hydrated, keep hydrated. You sit watching TV, I'm getting a bit you sit watching TV, you sweat. You are hot as you like. I said to you, yeah, open the back door. Hour later, you're shivering, blanket on, sweating, on hot, cold. And in the night, in the mornings, the sheets and the pillows have been soaking wet. I know I don't want to talk, it's a bit of a almost something to talk about, but just letting you know the symptoms. So obviously, got to keep hydrated, plenty of water, plenty of tea and that, and just keep eating. I've been taking paracetamols because you also get splitting headache all day and night. Well, not while you sleep, but all day. I've got a bit of a headache. I'll go and take some tablets in a minute, actually. But I do feel a bit better today, and Jill's feeling a bit better. So you can come out the other end of it. Getting back to what I was saying, you do feel a bit depressed. I think it's because everyone's sort of against you. It's like you're carrying the lurgy. It's like, unlike flu, I've got flu. Yeah, mate, you got flu. Yeah, okay, not a problem. You phone your family, you got flu. With COVID, it's like, oh, I've got COVID. You're like the lepers. My daughter sent me a little picture of a house with a lot of red cross on the door, bring out your dead. We felt like that, really. You feel like that. It's not very nice, and you feel depressed. I think it's a mental thing. You feel a bit depressed. And Jill said the same. She felt exactly the same as me. But you come out the other end of it, and you feel a bit fine. In actual fact, I'm getting dizzy, but that's just because I'm talking too much. I'm not taking breath. I'm not breathing in, taking breath. That's my fault for talking so much shite. That's all I wanted to come on and say, really. I miss my subscribers. I didn't realise, I sort of knocked the lives on the head for a little bit because it was getting a bit out of hand and I was feeling rough Saturdays, I had stuff to do. Then other stuff got in the way, holidays, weekends away, work, my CNC machine, my mum. Well, my mum didn't get in the way, I just added that on. But, bit of sympathy. But, lives, and this weekend I really wanted to do a live. I really did want to do a live and say hello to all the subscribers and that, really. Other people are not interested in lives. Other people are interested in these little chats with me sitting around a beer. So I'm hoping those people that messaged me privately and on YouTube and said, "Oh, John, we miss your little chats." They don't like the live, they like a little chat. They like listening to me talk rubbish, apparently. So hopefully there's one or two of you can sit there tonight, listen to me ramble on about COVID. Whether you're an anti-vaxxer or you've had your jabs or not, it's down to you. I'm not here to lecture people. I'm just telling you how I found it from someone that's had COVID. I'm not here to not sit on a pedestal and lecture people and give it a big I am at all. You're going to sit tonight, have a little beer in your bar. I've missed my little bar now, actually. I'm down here. The sun's coming through. I've decobwebbed, got the lights on. I've missed it. I really have. So we're going to do a few more of these in the future. Get back on track. I think because summer got in the way as well, because we didn't have much summer, but when it's summer, you don't want to sit in your bar at night talking rubbish to people. You want to sort of sit in the garden and have a couple of beers, don't you, you know? And then I had that weekend away in Dorset. I think it was with my mate of mine camping, and then there's been something else. But toast, you don't eat that. I can't eat that anyway. I mean, I've done you a mean poached egg on toast the other day, actually, so I've been cooking a little bit. Getting back to appetite, yeah, what did we have the other day? I said I fancy like chip shop. I don't know why, I haven't had it for ages. I had chips, if you're interested, Savoy, spring roll, pickled onion, buttered roll. Yeah. I was absolutely done my guts up for days. God, I was bloated. And that's with COVID, so yeah, you don't lose your appetite at all. We had a curry the other night, Jill made that. What else have we had? Oh, we had Mackie D's the other day. Oh, that goes straight through. You did Mackie D's, but you got to have it, haven't you? Yeah. Yeah, you don't lose your appetite with COVID. You just feel like shite. Ache all over, and it's a waste of a week, you know? Or more than a week, sort of 10 days. It's 10 days out of your life, you ain't going to get back, as they say. Be like this video. This video's, it's only 30 minutes long by the looks of it. If you watch this video, it's 30 minutes of your life you ain't going to get back, as they say. But if you learn something, so if you do get COVID, you know, if you've had the double jabs, touch wood, you'll be fine, you're fit and healthy. Yeah, my main thing is to say thank you to the subscribers that have wished me, Jill and I, well. Thank you to those on Facebook that have wished us well. Not so much thank yous to those that are like, oh, they're spreading it around everywhere, they're causing, you know, they should never have gone on holiday. No, I don't agree with that at all. You could have picked this up bloody anywhere. I could have gone there in or the bloke next to me could have gone on holiday. You could go up to bloody Yarmouth and pick up COVID, and the bloke next to you in the bar and a woman behind the counter. It's here to stay, I'm afraid. So I don't know if they're going to get some sort of vaccine that's better than all vaccines we've got. I don't know, again, what vaccine did I have? AstraZeneca. I don't know if we'd had the other vaccines, Jill and I, if we would have fought this off better. Don't know. You can only know, only the government will know that by getting stats. The only way they're going to get stats is by collecting data from people who've got COVID. The only way they can do that is by doing the PCR tests, not the lateral flow. Unless if you get a lateral flow. See, the problem with the lateral flow is it's voluntary, I think. I don't know. Let them get on with it. I don't know. It's an awkward one because you've got to get the economy up and running, haven't you? We're going to be paying for this for a long time. I don't know what's going to happen next year. I wouldn't bother waiting until next year for holiday. Have holiday when you want. Because it's no point waiting until next year. It's all going to happen again, year after year after. I know one thing, when they come to do the boosters, I'm up the front. When they come to do the flu jabs in our area, our little village is at the back of the queue as usual, but when they come to do the flu jabs in this area, I'm up the front. I pay me 10 or whatever if I have to. I'm going to have a flu jab this year, I think. So I'll get that age now, late 40s. I'm going to say goodbye now, people. I think I've covered everything I wanted to say. Thanks to those that have sort of been positive. There's not many that have been negative, to be fair. Yeah, if you do get it, good luck, stay safe. And as I say, you don't have to do what the government say. If the government say you don't have to wear masks, if you feel like you should wear a mask, wear a mask. It's like when I come back from Mallorca, I was telling someone at work the other day, last week, when I came back from Mallorca, I forgot what the rules were in this country. So came back to Mallorca and I stopped in Chelmsford in Essex, a petrol station, filled up the tank, got you a nice sandwich for the trip home, like, so we were starving. And got us a bit of lunch and a drink and that, and I had a bit of a suntan, but I put a mask on, just naturally put a mask on. There's 4 or 5 people running around the petrol station all giving me funny looks. I thought, what are they looking at? And then Jill's looking at me thinking, I think it's because you've got a mask on. They'll give me funny looks because I've got a mask on. So you come back from Mallorca, in this country now, if you're wearing a mask, you're getting funny looks. My advice to you, do what you want. If you feel you've got to wear a mask, wear a mask. If you feel there's crowds, wear a mask. Hand sanitize. Put a hand sanitizer in your pocket. That's my advice anyway. It's up to you people. Or go out there and get COVID. If you've been double vaccinated, fight it off. Hopefully the immune system is a bit higher. What do you think of the beard? A bit grey. I think I'll go and shave, have a little trim up, I think. Make myself a little bit younger, go and have a shower and freshen up. Okay, thank you for watching, people. Hope I haven't bored you too much. I don't want to sit on a pedestal giving it Bobby Big whatever about the government and Jet2. Dante Labs, let me know what you're going to do about my refund. Jet2, send me that link to that. I want to see a video of you cleaning your planes. I don't know how you do that quick turnaround that quick. I'd rather wait 10 minutes for you to hand sanitise everything in the plane. That's my opinion. I'd rather you get all the books changed. Or get rid of the books. I was told you weren't going to have the book. Why are there, on every seat, is there 4 or 5 magazines? A magazine selling stuff, your books, your health and safety. Everyone's picking them up and putting them down. They're not clean, are they? Are they clean? You tell me. I don't know. I do rate Jet, so we use them quite regularly. For the flight, if you do like a package holiday, they do a good deal. So don't get me wrong, we do use them regular now. I used to book my holidays separately, all different separate flights, my own transfers, my own this, my own that, and it worked out quite well. But now Jet2 come. We saw Jet2 years ago at the airport, looked into it, and they do a good package deal. Jet2, you can't beat the prices sometimes, and they've done it all for you online. Click the button. I do wonder whether you should have the magazines and books on the planes. You know, you got. I know you're trying to sell stuff. You've got it on the apps, and also I know you got the health and safety sheet with the masks and all that. Do you need that once the young girl or boys told you what to do? I don't know. Maybe you could have some screens up showing people. That's the future. Bit old-fashioned, all this paper stuff, isn't it? That's where germs are transferred. Unless you're changing them every flight, or unless you're wiping down every single one on the flight. Maybe you are. If you are, you're doing it bloody quickly. Well, good luck to you. My final parting cough there, did you see that? That's the final parting COVID cough. Got to go have a rest now. Go and have a cup of tea. Go and take some tablets. Thank you for watching. Should I say hope you've enjoyed that video? Not appropriate, I don't think. Anyway, look after yourselves. I'll see you next time. We'll do a proper chat, a live or a proper little video chat, I think. I want to get this CNC built. If you're interested, maybe you're not. I want to get my kite back out before the summer's over. I want to do some fishing. Going away next weekend, hopefully to sunny Yarmouth. Another little holiday coming up. I might take a little rod. Go along the Broads. And I think, Sunday, I think Mortimer, Paul Whitehouse and Bob Malter's on tonight. And I think they're going to the Broads. And I think they're at Potter High, where I want to go. So I'll watch that tonight. So yeah, this video's going up today on the what? 19th of September. Sunday, 19th of September. PCRs. You're lucky you don't really need them anymore. I'm still rambling on tonight. Dante Labs, where's me money? Nearly another 100 bloody quid. And now the government are scrapping it. Whatever, I'm not going on anymore. I'm going to go. I've got to have another cup of tea. Got to take some tablets. Ta-da, thank you, bye-bye.